It's radical to the powers that be. It's radical to the new secular religion, the unhuman ideology that's taken over, this godless atheist ideology that's taken over our institutions. But for Christians, it's really just taking one more step. That's what I always say to Christians, just taking one more step. When I say be an active Christian, that means be Christian in everything that you do. Just put it forward. I use the example of, what do you mean? Like the Crusaders? Like, guys, we're not going all the way there yet. I said, it's like Linus. It's like Linus in the Snoopy, Christmas special when everybody's standing around saying, what's the true meaning of Christmas? And he goes, boom, spotlight. And he just starts reading from the Gospel of Luke. And he just stands on business for the Lord, stands up for the gospel in a public school, in a public setting, saying, this is the meaning of Christmas. There is no other meaning of Christmas. All meanings of Christmas flow through this. And that's just the truth. And it's always going to be the truth. In fact, it's the greatest truth that's ever existed. So that's all we're talking about. But Dr. Marshall, how's the response been since you've released the book? I'll put it that way.
Well, the book is for pre-order. It'll come out this summer. But, we need to unite. And I think that's a big part of being a Christian patriot. That's why the book's called Christian Patriot. There needs to be a unification around the patria. Patria is Latin for fatherland. It's based on fatherhood. The family is the basis of the nation. John Adams taught that. Thomas Aquinas taught that. Augustine taught that. It is the perennial teaching of Christianity that the family is the basis of the nation. And so we need to rally around that concept. And unfortunately, when you try to do that, they do come after you, even within conservative circles. Just in the last few days, I just, quote tweeted Pope Leo, the new pope, who said, there's communism and we need to root that out. He made a very clear statement against communism. I retweeted that. And there's a gentleman named James Lindsay who quoted that and, said, you're a fascist. I should be your leader. Really went after it when in reality, just saying, I'm against communism.
Hold on. I'm sorry. I haven't. Wait. You're a fascist for saying that we should fight communism?
Yeah. I mean, it's the strangest thing that you're saying.
And you have people who have been going around working with conservatives saying this.
Yeah, exactly. We're trying to unite against communism. I quote a pope who says something objectively true against communists. And you have James Lindsay saying, that's woke right. You're a fascist.
Hold on. I haven't seen it. Guys, can we Producer Foz, Producer Russ, can we pull this? Can we actually? I want to see this. I'm like, what was wrong with your tweet? I'm still trying to figure out what was wrong with this, guys. I'm serious. This is pull the tweet up, guys. Guys, pull the tweet up.
You see if they can find it. Yeah.
Okay, right, they've got it now.
Yeah, so you can see the quote from Pope Leo. I mean, it's.
Oh, so you're a stupid fascist. So you're a stupid fascist. What?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't understand, why I'm a stupid fascist just by reposting something against communism, but from a Christian point of view. I think it's just from the Christian point of view that for some reason it's now stupid, fascist, or whatever. And, you can see in that tweet, James Lindsay says, and I'd be a leader in any anti-communist, but you're not the leader, James. We're quoting here Pope Leo. There's other leaders in the movement, and the movement needs to be Christian, not generically anti-communistic right. We need spiritual power.
You can't define yourself by what you're against. You have to define yourself by what you're for.